Hi everybody. When it comes to music, there's no other person like Leonard Cohen to touch the heartstrings. Now, I remember a song, and this particular song, Dance to Me to the End of Love, from many, many years ago in the early 80s, and it comes from his 1984 album, Various Positions. Now, there's a couple of tracks on it that just absolutely are outstanding. And we all know him for the Alleluia song that's just been covered so many times at this point. You go, oof, is there more to this man? This man has won more accolades than probably any other artist living. And I know he's died, but just even if they're living, they probably wouldn't win as many accolades. His music spanned into books, spanned into poetry. He was so iconic, and in Lithuania they put up a bronze statue to him because of his grandfather's connection, and he has a Jewish connection as well. And this is what I want to say. This song had quite a sad video that accompanied it, and I felt with the current world situation between Ukraine and Russia, I didn't want to play anything that was, how can I say, too deep, too dark, because a lot of people think Leonard Cohen's music's so dark that it's not for them. But when I had seen this film, I just remembered seeing this film, one of Leonard's songs came up. I did my background and I went, it starred the Spanish actor that I adore, and Antonio Banderas, and up it came, Take the Lead, 2006. And from that, this Dance to Me to the End of Love appeared. And I think it's a much more light-hearted video to play in with the current situation in the world at the moment. And I want to give you what Leonard said about this song, and for you to understand why I'm not playing the original video that has accompanied it in the past. He says, it's curious how songs begin because of the origin of the song. Every song is a kind of grain or seed that somebody hands you, or the world hands you, and that's why the process is so mysterious about writing any song. But that came from just hearing or reading or knowing that in death camps, beside the crematoria, in certain of the death camps, a string quartet was pressed into performance while the horror was going on around them, those of the people whose fate this horror also included. And they would be playing classical music while their fellow prisoners were being killed. And that came from the death camps in Auschwitz. And because of his Jewish connections, I'm sure he felt compelled to write once he heard there was a string quartet. One thing led to another, and the song Dance to Me to the End of Love came. It's a very powerful song, and I debated whether to do the song for a long time, but it's a world situation where people would say a bit tasteless. I hope you don't find it a bit tasteless. I find it actually lyrically so powerful. I'm going to give you my interpretation straight after that. I found compelled to do this because for a long time I wanted to. And instead of putting something off just because of what's happening, I felt I'm going to carry on my channel and do what I feel adds to the channel's quality. And this song certainly does. But at least I found a video that you will be able to listen to the song of Leonard. You probably, when I give you my interpretation, and after reading Leonard's interpretation of the song, wonder why it was ever put into a dance film in such a way. Well, I don't know the answer to that. I just know it's more light-hearted to watch this performance with his song and marry the two together so you can get a feel of the power, the poetry, the emotion of what Leonard was all about. That's my point today. So let's listen to Dance With Me to the End of Love. I've got the lyrics in front of me. It is open to interpretation. I know a lot of people will say that's not what this song is about, but as Leonard said, there's been many open interpretations about it, and that's why I gave you his synopsis in the beginning and mine straight after. So take it away, Dance Me to the End of Love, Leonard.
Dance me to your beauty with a burning violin. Dance me through the panic till I'm gathered safely in. Lift me like an olive branch and be my homeward dove, and dance me to the end of love. Yeah, dance me to the end of love. Let me see your beauty when the witnesses are gone. Let me feel you moving like they do in Babylon. Show me slowly what I only know the limits of, and dance me to the end of love. Yeah, dance me to the end of love. Dance me to the wedding now. Dance me on and on. Dance me very tenderly and dance me very long. We're both of us beneath our love. We're both of us above. And dance me to the end of love. Yeah, dance me to the end of love. Dance me to the children who are asking to be born. Dance me through the curtains that our kisses have outworn. Raise a tent of shelter now, though every thread is torn. And dance me to the end of love. Dance me to your beauty with a burning violin. Dance me through the panic till I'm gathered safely in. Touch me with your naked hand, touch me with your glove. Dance me to the end of love. Yeah, dance me to the end of love. Oh, dance me to the end of love. La la la
No, I thought it'd be worth just stopping it there before the end because I certainly don't want any ads to come up in the middle of that beautiful song. I have to say, I found this a more uplifting video to project Leonard's voice and beautiful words. And didn't that just carry you through? It really did. And watching that taken from the film, and I'll give you the name of the film again because a lot of people I'd say would, it's called Take the Lead. It's 2006 film, and you've seen there Antonio Banderas, absolutely handsome, absolutely wonderful actor, one of my favorite actors of all time. I just think he's funny, he's everything. But let's get back to Leonard. That was taking the song and the inspiration from Auschwitz. And when people in the camps were taken to be killed, people would play the classical music and they would sing them a song. So the last memories were of classical music and singing rather than the screaming, I'd say, and the horrors of the camps. And I couldn't have played the original video. I just think it would have been distasteful with what's happening in the world at the moment with the war between Ukraine and Russia. But at the same time, I've wanted to play this song for a long time. And I'll give you my interpretation now of the lyrics. And as I said, it's open to interpretation. Even Leonard had said that himself. Many interpretations to this song have been done since 1984. But with those depictions in my head, obviously I'm going to be a little bit influenced. But we'll go through to verse 1. Dance me to your beauty with a burning violin. Dance me through the panic till I'm gathered safely in. Lift me like an olive branch and be my homeward dove. Dance me to the end of love. Dance me to the end of love. So straight away, I would get from what Leonard's words were, the walking away of the people being led away to the ultimate ending. And Dance Me to Your Beauty with a Burning Violin depicts that, or those musicians that got together and played their musician and played classical music as they walked away, something that their ear, they always say what the eyes see the heart feels, but what the ears see the heart feels as well, because even though they probably weren't allowed to turn around and look at their fellow, I don't even know what word to put on this because I want to be so careful, the people, the fellow people in the camps, I playing the music, I feel they probably just got walked away and pushed and into the place where it all ended for them. But they walked away with dignity. They had that music being played. They had something dignified to say, you're not leaving this world in such, with a scream or the last sound of silence. You'll hear something. So it talks about that burning violin and how many times did those, until they met their fate, and then probably other musicians took over and other musicians took over and they met their fate, and it was a continuous burning of the violin musically. Verse 2, oh, let me see your beauty when the witnesses are gone. Let me feel you moving like they do in Babylon. And that's a biblical reference, everybody. That's Babylon is always in the Bible. It's always back to almost the Jewish community in ancient times, and Babylon is symbolic of a place of God, a place of holiness, a place of worship. It's all symbolic of Babylon. When you think of Babylon, what do you think of? Your depending on your religion, your interpretation would be different than mine. But show me slowly what I only know the limits of. Oh, dance me to the end of love. Dance me to the end of love. So, let me see your beauty when the witnesses are gone is a very powerful, powerful opening for verse 2. Let me feel you moving like they do in Babylon. In other words, let the people see you walk away, almost floating with the music. Let the music embrace you. Let it run through your body. Let you feel everything about the music, the beauty of it, in the horrors, the greyness, the smell of stench of bodies everywhere. Let the music lift you, almost float you to that holy place spiritually. And that's what I marry it so well. Thank you, Leonard. Thank you for listening, everybody. I love doing these videos and giving you a bit of bio to songs that you may have heard. And just like this, I hope you've enjoyed it. If so, like, comment, and please subscribe to my channel. I'm doing so well this year. I'm so happy.